The WNBA is investigating hateful fan comments after the Clark Reese incident.
The WNBA conveniently failed to provide examples of these violations.
It has escalated into something where now there is an investigation going on because there has been hateful fan comments, supposedly, directed towards Angel Reese.
WNBA reacts strongly after Angel Reese accuses Caitlin Clark's fans of making racist comments.
Thing that worries me the most is how social media and the media are going to run with it.
It seemed like the WNBA, the Chicago Sky, and Angel Reese were all just waiting for Caitlin Clark to make a mistake so they could jump on it and escalate the drama.
It was a direct attack against fans of Caitlin Clark.
Now, they are accusing Caitlin Clark's fans of making racist comments during Saturday's game. Stay tuned for the inside scoop on the latest Angel Reese controversy. Trust me, this drama is something you won't want to miss. The WNBA is back in the spotlight, once again showing why it struggles to gain popularity among professional sports leagues.
The WNBA proudly announced their latest initiative, No Space for Hate, No Space for Hate.
This time, it's the so-called No Space for Hate campaign, a PR move disguised as a moral crusade that has spectacularly backfired. What was meant to be a straightforward push for inclusivity has devolved into yet another controversy, filled with unproven allegations and a fan base quickly running out of patience. The situation reached its peak during the Indiana Felines vs. Chicago Bravado game.
Somebody on Twitter said that they were there at the game and they heard that one fan, there were fans making monkey noises at Angel Reese when she was at the free throw line. That's just not true.
Never one to avoid the spotlight, Angel Reese alleged that fans of Caitlin Clark directed racist comments at her and her teammates.
Unfortunately, this league continues to prove that it's not that, and the media continues to prove that they are not going to cover it as if these are actual athletes playing a sport, because it has escalated into something where now there is an investigation going on because there has been hateful fan comments, supposedly, directed towards Angel Reese, and there were things going on in the arena where now the narrative is back that we heard all last season.
Sadly, the league keeps showing it's not being taken seriously, and the media isn't treating it like real athletes competing in a professional sport. Things have now escalated to the point where an investigation is underway over alleged hateful remarks from fans directed at Angel Reese. Reports suggest incidents occurred in the arena, and now the same narrative from last season has resurfaced, even though it was previously proven inaccurate. Unfortunately, we're right back where we were a year ago. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks.
WNBA has essentially verified those claims and said that they're launching an investigation. It's not only them who had to put out a statement. The WNBA put out a statement, the Indiana Fever put out a statement, the WNBA PA put out a statement, and the Chicago Sky put out a statement.
The WNBA quickly responded by launching an investigation and releasing public statements denouncing the reported behavior.
There was probably 17,000 cell phones inside the arena. You mean to tell me not one of these 17,000 people recorded the racism that was directed at Angel Reese and the Chicago Bravado? Not one?
It was a bold move, except for one major issue. There's zero evidence. In an arena filled with over 17,000 fans, most with smartphones in hand, not a single video, photo, or credible eyewitness account of the alleged incidents has emerged.
Indiana is not a safe place to play because the fans there are terrible. They're racist. They scream slurs during the game. And I'm mad about this because what seems to have happened is the WNBA saw things that people were saying on Twitter.
The league's claims are based solely on hearsay, and fans aren't convinced.
That comes up, it was one game, and the WNBA wanted to capitalize on the Angel Reese-Caitlin Clark rivalry by putting these two teams up against one another.
Rather than tackling real issues, the WNBA is doubling down on unclear accusations, seemingly hoping the uproar will distract from the lack of substance. Once again, Angel Reese is in the spotlight, turning the 2025 WNBA opener into a dramatic display of so-called righteous outrage. Sports Edition.
Investigation of allegations of fan misconduct during our first game of the season. We will do everything in our power to protect Chicago Sky players, and we encourage the league to continue taking meaningful steps to create a safe environment for all WNBA players.
This time, The Chicago Sky Star is claiming that Caitlin Clark's fans directed a wave of hateful and racist remarks during their game. Really? Angel? Racist remarks? Reese didn't stop there. She went on to applaud the league's swift action and the No Space for Hate campaign, stating, "If it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone." But let's take a moment for a reality check. What exactly happened to you, Angel?
During the game, from what I know and from what I've seen on multiple reports, including Scott Agnes, who is like one of the main reporters for the Pacers and the Indiana Fever, nothing happened during that game. There were no fans that were approached. There were no players who called out certain fans. There weren't other fans.
While critics are dismissing the accusations against Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese is standing firmly by them. This isn't about promoting a respectful atmosphere. It's about using outrage as a tool to claim moral superiority.
The target of the first investigation was fans of Caitlin Clark.
And the WNBA seems eager to join in, turning every conflict into a headline-grabbing spectacle.
The vast majority of this audience, they have no loyalty to the WNBA. Their loyalty lies with Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark isn't just another player. She's one of the main reasons people are paying attention to the WNBA right now. Her fan base is huge, loyal, and, crucially, not necessarily invested in the league itself. They support her, not a league that keeps undermining itself by going after her fans. By doing so, the WNBA risks pushing away the very audience that's keeping its viewership afloat.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. This dump, this turd of turds known as the WNBA, this damn league can't get the hell out of their own way.
And let's not act like this is a one-time occurrence. The WNBA has a track record of blowing minor issues out of proportion and turning them into major controversies.
It is not guaranteed to extend to the rest of this putrid league. No one is loyal to the dump. No one cares about the WNBA.
The league seems to rely more on stirring outrage than showcasing performance, focusing on media attention instead of cultivating a dedicated fan base.
None of it ever seemed to work. Within 5 minutes of me applying CBD lotion from Sugar Mountain Trading, my wife's pain was gone. I'm telling you, it's damn near magical. Sugar Mountain Trading also offers CBD bar soap that will keep you pain-free and smelling fresh at the same time.
This latest controversy is yet another sign of the league's failure to prioritize what truly matters, the game itself. Instead, their attention is on social media drama, spotlighting the rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
But the thing that frustrates me the most is, yes, I'm with the WNBA. I don't want there to be hate either. But we have to let fans be fans. You have to be able to boo the opponent.
Here's the bottom line. Basketball has been turned into a battleground of unfounded accusations and theatrical outrage. The result? A fan base growing weary of the drama and a league slowly sliding toward irrelevance. The cherry on top has to be Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever coach Stephanie White's carefully worded responses, condemning hate and calling for inclusivity. Admirable, yes, but a bit ironic coming from a league where controversy seems to be part of the regular programming.
But then I quickly realized that Angel Reese is immune to criticism from the WNBA front office because she's an innocent victim who's being oppressed by white men and women, and in some extreme cases, white they and them.
Let's talk about Angel Reese, the league's self-declared queen of comebacks. She's more than just a player. She's a constant source of headlines, both on and off the court. Fueled by criticism, she uses social media as her battleground, firing off pointed subtweets and rallying her fanbase with ease. To some, she's a bold, unapologetic icon. To others, she's the WNBA's most divisive figure. Love her or not, she's impossible to ignore.
Things like Angel Reese and the Chicago Bravado refusing to come out and respect the national anthem, that's no bueno.
Her talent for stirring controversy goes beyond social media spats. Take, for instance, her widely debated decision to remain seated during the national anthem, a move that instantly divided public opinion. Was it a bold act of protest or an unwelcome distraction? Either way, it solidified her role as the WNBA's unofficial ambassador of drama.
But Uncle KC, maybe it wasn't racism. The WNBA Players Association claimed that Angel Reese was dealing with hatred. There's no space for hate. There's no space for hate.
And let's not overlook her sly social media digs at Caitlin Clark and her supporters. passive-aggressive gems crafted to keep the internet buzzing and her name in the spotlight. For a league hungry for attention, Reese's behavior is both an asset and a liability. But it raises a bigger question. Is controversy really the foundation the WNBA wants to build its future on?
I just think that she's elevating the profile of women's sports in a way that most women should deeply.
Now, let's turn our attention to Caitlin Clark and her devoted fan base. These fans don't just admire her, they idolize her.
They said, "We are aware of the allegations of inappropriate fan conduct during yesterday's game, and we are working closely with the WNBA to complete their investigation. We stand firm in our commitment to providing a safe environment for all WNBA players."
Let's be honest, her fans aren't tuning in for the WNBA. They're here for Caitlin Clark. If she decided to pursue a career in competitive knitting, they'd still show up in droves just to watch her do it.
Right now, if this is not settled, I'm not going to be reporting on this stuff every single day or every single week.
Caitlin Clark's fan base isn't just large, it's deeply loyal. But their loyalty lies with her, not the league. That disconnect has made them an easy target for the WNBA in recent controversies. Unfortunately, the league hasn't helped its case. It has made serious accusations of racism without identifying any individuals or providing concrete evidence. In a packed arena of over 17,000 fans, nearly all armed with smartphones, no videos, photos, or credible first-hand accounts have emerged. The allegations are vague, and the lack of proof has left many fans skeptical. Critics have compared it to chasing UFOs at Area 51, loud claims, but no clear sighting. Yes, Clark supporters are vocal, passionate, and perhaps not fond of Angel Reese, but branding them as racist without evidence? That's a leap, even by the WNBA's recent standards. In searching through numerous media reports, it's clear that very little hard evidence has been presented. What's more concerning to many fans is how quickly the league is willing to label criticism of Reese as discriminatory. Rather than a genuine effort to address real issues, it comes across as an attempt to score social points and manage optics. Dozens of mainstream outlets have covered the controversy, yet not a single verified clip or witness account has surfaced in over 48 hours. Some who attended the game have even publicly questioned whether these alleged incidents happened at all. Their observations challenge the narrative and are prompting many to rethink the league's approach. So why does the WNBA continue alienating the very fans who are keeping viewership numbers afloat? When Angel Reese taunts Caitlin Clark, it's praised as confidence. But when Clark responds in kind, it's labeled as arrogance. The double standard is becoming impossible to ignore. And the irony? Calling out this disparity is often seen as part of the problem, only adding fuel to the ongoing outrage cycle. Meanwhile, actual basketball, the reason any of this should matter, is being pushed aside. The media's emphasis on identity politics over performance is wearing down fans who simply want to enjoy the game without being dragged into culture wars. And this isn't the first time the WNBA has overreacted. Remember the Greyhound bus incident? Angel Reese accused a driver of racist behavior, and the league leapt into full damage control mode, again without solid evidence. While the NBA and NFL have learned to navigate controversy without alienating fans, the WNBA seems stuck in a pattern of overcorrection. At some point, the league must ask itself, how many times can it turn a minor issue into a major scandal before it loses its audience? Some fans believe the WNBA is more interested in controversy than in competition. There's even speculation that the league is hesitant to become too successful, perhaps fearing that profitability could lead the NBA to spin it off as a standalone entity. But this story isn't just about Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark. It's about a league that seems more invested in emotional narratives than in fan engagement. And that approach is putting everything at risk: viewership, NBA support, and even the league's long-term survival. Campaigns like No Space for Hate might be well-intentioned, but when used to broadly police and potentially punish fans without proof, they alienate the very people who keep the league alive. If the WNBA doesn't shift its focus back to the game and the fans, it may be heading toward dwindling relevance, or worse. Is this the beginning of the end for the WNBA?